Hi Virgo, my name is Natasha and welcome to my channel, Mercurial 8 Tarot. Today I'm going to do an August monthly forecast, and this is going to be for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. In the first part of this video, I'll be talking about the astrological movements for August 2021. And in the second part, I'll do a 12 house wheel reading. And I'll look at all 12 major areas of life experience for you, Virgo. It looks like there's something big that's coming, something quite large. Now, let's go ahead and get started. Virgo, for astrological movements, we start off the month with Venus and Mars together in your sign of Virgo. In terms of love and relationship, you will be quite selective and highly analytical. But this is also going to be a time for you to review your primal desires, also the pleasure that you have from relationships, and the joy, the overall enjoyment that they bring to you. You're doing a lot of review and processing. Now, on August 8th, we have the new moon in Leo squaring off with Uranus. Uranus is the planet of sudden change and revolution. So this new beginning is going to call for you to be bold and confident and embrace sudden change. On August 11th, you have a very large boost. Mercury goes into Virgo, and this is going to boost your mental clarity and your analytical approach. On August 16, Venus is going to go into Libra, and this is going to be a boost on romance in a major way, and it is also quite helpful when it comes to legal partnerships. Now, moving forward in the month, Uranus is going to go retrograde in the sign of Taurus. So the planet of rebellion, awakening, and drastic change is going to get grounded. And when it does, there will be a total of 5 planets in retrograde. All of the outer planets will go retrograde. So as far as retrograde planets, we have Uranus, Jupiter, Saturn, Neptune, and Pluto. We have quite a lot. On a personal and on a collective level, we're going to be doing heavy processing in terms of life experience, but also overall direction. Now, on August 22nd, we have the full moon in Aquarius at 29 degrees. Last month in July, we had the full moon also in the sign of Aquarius, but at 1 degree. So whatever you didn't finish releasing last month, you're going to release this month. A few hours after that, we enter Virgo season, where the cleanup begins in earnest, and it is time for you to have fun and party. Now, Virgo season is going to be a time for us to get it together, to focus on productivity, and also focus on personal improvements and health. The last major event for August is on August 30th, when Mercury goes into Libra. So this is good when it comes to our relationships, our connections, and it does help out because that means that the planet of communication is going to be quite fair and very diplomatic. If there was anything that you want to truly say that was difficult for you to say, or do that was difficult for you to do, it's a good time at the end of the month. But all in all, when it comes to August, you have quite a positive month. Now, it's going to be a time for decisions for you. Big major decisions that you're going to be making. Central to your reading, you have solar eclipse revolution. And we did have two eclipses, one in May and one in June. Look towards that time for something that happened that comes back around in the month of August. So something's going to come back around or be related to that time period. Solar eclipse revolution, that gives me Uranus energy. If it's not an eclipse causing it, the only other planet that could do that is Uranus. It is time for a major change. The way you've done things up to now is no longer the way that you want to do things moving forward. You're going to make major decisions that are going to impact you in terms of your network and also your career in the month of August. You pull the 11th house and the 10th house. The 11th house rules over your networks and your friends, and the 10th house rules over your career. So it's about revolutionizing the way that you work, what you do for work, and what are your end goals or professional goals. See, the 10th house, they call it the house of career, but it is what we came here to do, how we came to contribute to the world at large. It is also the planet of the house of reputation. Now, in your first house, the house of self and how other people perceive you, 2 of swords. So this is you making decisions. And there are things that you've wanted to do for quite a long time that you haven't done it. But it is time for you to take off the blindfold, to see things for how they are, and to make a choice. Make a major choice. And this choice might take people by surprise. But there is going to be a major change in terms of partnerships for you. The second house, the house of values, money, possessions, you have the 2 of cups. When it comes to your money, partnerships are going to be important. But the 2 of cups is seeing eye to eye with other people. You're going to be able to be grounded, to create from a place of love and to create from a place of affection. You're going to focus on using your assets and your resources to deepen connections and to go into partnerships with people that appreciate you as well. So there's going to be a major choice for you when it comes to partnerships. And this is the 3rd house, the house of messages. You have Gemini energy. The Lover's energy is the energy of harmony. So when it comes to messages and communications, there's going to be a big focus on your intimate connections, your romantic connections. Is there harmony within the connection? Are you guys seeing eye to eye? Even if you're opposites, how well do you mesh together? The 3rd house, the house of communications and also the intellect. I do see you're going to decide to make a very big change, and it could very well be due to a romantic connection. In the 4th house, the house of home, family, and roots, you have the Magician. So you have double Gemini energy. You have Gemini in the house of Gemini and Gemini also in the house of home. The Magician energy is also Virgo energy. So for you, your home, your family, who you are with in terms of putting down roots, this is going to have the spotlight. I will do anything to have this level of connection, to have this level of peace, to have this this love in my life. And what I do or what I dedicate myself to, I want this to strengthen my partnerships. So working for love. I know you are a sign of service, but it looks like you are going to be finding a way to work for love, and also discovering that you can work, you can be successful, and you can have freedom, greater freedom and greater success. But you're going to shift from work to partnership. Now, in your 5th house, the house of fun, creativity, the house of pleasure, you have the 8 of Wands, heavy communication and a lot of movement forward, but you do have the Ace of Wands in reverse. That means that there is something that you want to take off and that you are communicating about, but it is in delay for the month of August. It is a creative endeavor. That's what the lizard does represent, the start of a creative endeavor. There's something that's going to light your fire and something that you're going to choose to go for. 8 of Wands is Mercury in Sagittarius energy. So you have heavy Mercury placements, and the effect of Mercury is big for you in the month of August overall. But there is going to be something new that you launch. Now, in your 6th house, the house of work, daily routine, responsibilities, 8 of Pentacles, you have a certain level of mastery that is going to be recognized by others. But with this certain level of mastery, frankly, you can do anything that you want. And you can choose to do it with partnerships. You can do it alone. You can do anything. Eight of Pentacles. You've been constantly putting in effort towards your work, towards your career. On the day-to-day, you could be flooded with things to do, but there is going to be some sort of message in regards to work. Ciro Marchetti, he put the cover of the Reverie Lenormand in this card. I don't know if you could see it, but it's this deck. And that's the birds. So that's the card for the birds, the cards of communication. There's going to be a lot of communication that comes in for you in terms of work. This is also the energy of the sun in Virgo. So moving forward on August 22nd, your 6th house, your daily work habits and routines is gonna be spotlighted in a major way. In terms of partnerships, you have death. This is Scorpio energy. A Scorpio might be very important for you in the month of August, but there's going to be a transformation in your relationships. And this is going to be coupled with the solar eclipse. So there might be some sort of connection that is going to end in your life. That's going to be quite significant. This could be both romantic or professional. But there's going to be a very big rebirth energy. And it could also be possible that a connection ended for you during the time of the eclipse. And this would mean rebirth energy for you. But death is a difficult change. But it does mean that you're not going to be the same you were before. And going into this next year, you're not going to do things the same way you've done them in the past. When you have Venus and when you have Mars in the sign of Virgo, what do you like? What do you love? Because whatever it is that you love early on in the month of August, you're going to figure that out. And by the time Mercury goes into your sign of Virgo, that's when you're really going to try to figure out a way to work out your dreams. Try to figure out a plan for them as well. Then when the sun goes into Virgo, that's it. It's game over. Get clear on what you want out of work and out of relationships. Because by the end of the month, we will be able to honestly and earnestly go for it. Your house of focus for the month is the 9th house. The 9th house is the house of spirituality. It is a higher mind, the outlook on life, and also long distance travel. And this is where you're at. Virgo is in the 9th house. What do I want out of life? And what am I here to contribute to the world at large? You are revisiting a lot of things, but this is deep energy. You have the hermit, the sage, the guide, and also a spiritual teacher in basically the house of the divine. So there's going to be a heavy focus on spiritual practices, spiritual beliefs in general, how you see the world. This is introspection on a large scale. Introspection about life, love, relationships. Introspection also about death. This is not the 9th house, it's the 8th house. But that's what you'll be doing. Because you're going to be changing your mind in terms of your relationships. You see, partnerships, what happens after partnerships and after you're out of partnerships. This is Mars in Aries energy. This is the energy of being bold and making decisions and choosing. 2 of Wands. What path am I going to choose? Because where I've been, I don't like it. So I have to think, really, really think about my overall direction when it comes to life. 2 of Wands. I'm going to make a big decision. And the decision that you make this month is going to impact your life path and the rest of the year to come. Be clear on what you want. 10 of Wands in career. You can't stand it. There is some sort of intense pressure for you for the month of August. 10 of Wands is Saturn and Sagittarius. Sagittarius wants to run around, wants to go anywhere that they want. They want ultimate freedom. Saturn is restrictions and limitations. It is also about maturity as well. So 10 of Wands energy, I've taken on more than what I want. And frankly, in terms of career, I just feel a lot of constraint. I feel a lot of pressure, and I'm not able to do what I actually love, or not able to enjoy what I do because I just have too much going on. 10 of Wands, it's weighing you down. When it comes to August, you're not going to want to work. 11th house, the house of friendships and the house of networks. You have Hangman energy. Hangman energy is Pisces energy. Your social circle or your connections, there's something that you might feel that's holding you back. Hangman energy is a pause and a stagnation. So one of your connections or friendships might have stalled out. Hangman energy asks you to shift your way of thinking in regards to this. But it also calls for surrender. You cannot control other people, how they want to be involved in your life, or how much they want to give to you, or how much they want to take from you. Neither. You can't control others. Hangman energy. If there's someone that's weighing you down, it's time to surrender and cut them loose. But you are going to be reviewing your social circles. And there is a death in your house of partnerships. I've seen that already in 2 signs. I've seen 2 signs losing connections. Ultimately, I feel with the eclipse always takes something away. Takes something big away and brings something bigger in. That's eclipse energy. That's what it does. The house of the 12th house. The house of your blind spot, the subconscious, loss and karma. You have Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands is an energy that's reckless, that can be very problematic. This is someone that is after their own passions and driven by their own desires. And sometimes they disregard other people in pursuit of that. So Knight of Wands, you will deal with a very inconsistent energy for the month of August. And you're going to have to check that. But overall, I see you making big decisions, because for you, money is important, but so are connections. Even if you have all the money in the world, you're really focusing big on the quality of your relationships. I want love and abundance. So you're looking over at what abundance means to you, what excellence means to you. You're reviewing your overall goals. You're also reviewing your circle of friends and your associations and making some major changes. You can have success in any aspect of life. Just recognize and doing anything, because you have expertise and an excellent know-how. You are a person that is of service. But it is time for you to find fulfillment and for you to find greater balance within your life. Big decisions ahead. Big decisions, and they could very well impact travel. Because you have the 2 of Swords and the 2 of Wands. And you have this new beginning in the house of fun and romance. 8 of Wands is also travel. Long distance travel can be very important for you. Or there might be a trip. Someone might come to you, or you may go to them. Ace of Wands in reverse means that there is some sort of issue with the beginning of this journey, or there is some sort of delay. Thank you so much, Virgo. Bye.